Hello, welcome to another immigration art video. My name is Art Serratelli, and together with Mara Mijal, the two of us, we're the partners over here at Serratelli Mijal, PLLC, immigration lawyers. We've got clients all over the United States and clients all over the world. If you have questions, send us an email. If you want, give us a call. Today's video has to do with the PERM labor certification process and the fuss many folks make regarding whether they should be placed in an EB-3 or an EB-2 green card category. We get a lot, and I mean a lot, of inquiries about my status. The company I work for wants to put me in line for an EB-3 green card, but I have a master's degree. Why can't I be an EB-2? That's what people ask all the time, including our own clients. So, little background information. Why does anybody care? EB-3, EB-2, so what? Well, it has to do with the time you wait in line to actually be able to apply for the green card. A typical PERM labor certification has 3 steps. One is at the Department of Labor. That's where the labor certification actually takes place. And then the last two take place at immigration. The second step in the process, that's where the employer sponsors you for permanent residency, and then either at the same time or sometime thereafter, you can apply for the green card. Generally speaking, the wait time for the EB-3 category, the time waiting between when your employer sponsors you with the I-140 petition at immigration and the time you can get in line for the green card, filing the I-485, the EB-3 category has a longer wait. EB-2 category is much faster. So in the case of people from India, generally speaking, if you get an EB-3, you could be in line for 9, 10 years. If you get an EB-2, you can be in line less time, 7 years, perhaps. China, the wait times are a little better. And for everyone else in the world, generally, the EB-2 category is current, and the wait time for EB-3 is 5, 6 years or less. EB-2 is current. What's that mean? It means there is no wait time. You file the I-140. When it gets approved, you can file immediately for the green card with the 485. Or if you're a gambler and want to put all your money in and all your paperwork in and the category's current, you can literally file the employer sponsor paper, I-140, right along with your 485. There literally is no wait. You put both applications in the same envelope on the same day, Up to now, everything I've said begs the question. What's the big deal then? Everybody with a master's degree should get an EB-2. I have a master's degree. Put me in EB-2, right? Wrong. Why isn't it so simple? Why, if I have a master's degree, I simply can't get EB-2? Well, it depends. The definition of the education you need for a specific job is defined by our federal government. And the government, sadly, tells the world through its various publications, through the Department of Labor, you don't need a master's degree. All you need is a bachelor's degree. You want to be an EB-2? No, 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 no. It's not our fault you went to school 2 years too many. You only need a bachelor's degree to do the job you're applying for. And sometimes they do it right, and sometimes they do it wrong. Okay, let's take a couple of examples. A really, really easy one that I use a lot to make a point, and then a more realistic one that you really could actually see in your life tomorrow. Just say you have a PhD and it's in the cultural transportation habits of the indigenous people in the region of the North Pole. But unless you're teaching that, good luck getting a job. What's going to happen is you're going to have a PhD about the cultural transportation norms, and you're going to wind up being a cash register operator at Target. That's what's going to happen. Or maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. Then the question is this: do you think it would be a good idea to have a labor certification? All right, say you're a master's degree holder in computer science, and you got a job as a systems analyst level 1, just say. And in your company, the people in level 1 with you have bachelor's degrees or even master's degrees. Maybe the ones with bachelor's degrees are like geniuses and they got straight A's. So you're in this job. You have a master's degree. The government database of job requirements, the quote, objective know-all gold standard, which a lot of times is wrong, flat out wrong, but we got to go with it. It, for example, knows that you don't need a PhD to be a cashier. So you go to this source and it says, sorry. Anybody called systems analyst, you only need a bachelor's degree. But then you say to HR or me, hey, I have a master's degree. This isn't fair. Why are they sticking me in the EB-3 category? That's for people with bachelor's degrees. I have a master's degree. The answer is, well, one, your own company will put a guy sitting next to you with a bachelor's degree doing your job. So you might be overqualified. You don't need your master's. And two, even if HR would prefer to have a master's, that means they'll let some people slide in with a bachelor's. And on top of that, to further mess you up, the government says you only need a bachelor's to be a systems analyst level 1. So I got bad news for you. You are EB-3 even though you have a master's degree. So now you're mad. You're really ticked off and you call me. You dealt with HR, they're giving you no help, you call me. And then I explain to you what I just explained in this video. And then I say, but let's talk about other possibilities. And where do we start? We start with the government big book of job descriptions and job requirements. We go to the gold standard, which again is written by the government. It's not always right. So we go there and we look at all the computer jobs and find a couple that say a master's degree is required. It is required. Then you go back to your company and you say, hey, look, I'm doing what you call systems analyst level 1. You and the government say I only need a bachelor's degree for that, but come on, you know what I'm really doing. I'm a sophisticated guy. I am very sophisticated. I do complex relational database management services here. I found in the government database of jobs several computer, and again, I'm making this up. I have no idea what's in that database at this point in time or what it will look like in the future, but I'm pretending right now I found like 4 computer type jobs or managerial jobs that could be applied to what I'm doing now. The labels may be different. You call me systems analyst level 1, but I know and you know I'm doing more than that. I'm doing what these government described jobs are saying require a master's. Let's help me out. It's a bunch of paper. It's a paper chase. Change my label. Give me more upper level responsibilities. This might be a good time for you to negotiate a raise. And you say, look, I know I am doing this job in essence. So what do we need to do for you to meet me halfway? And if they tell you there's nothing we can do, EB-3 or scram, get out, then you have a choice. Do you want to just take the EB-3 and be quiet? Or do you want to find another job and get out? If you find another job, you might want to have the EB-2 discussion before you start. So there you have it. We're using a PERM system that's not perfect. In fact, we shouldn't even have a PERM system. It assumes everybody's an employee. It assumes that everybody who goes to college is an employee. You're an entrepreneur and you want a green card through work, it's not that easy if you own your own company. That's an outrage in the 21st century. These rules for PERM were written back in 1965, where college-educated people were all employees. You were the corporate guy. You went to work with a gray flannel suit and a fedora hat and a briefcase, and you stayed. You stayed from the day you graduated college. You go to work, and at the age of 65, you retired. They give you a gold watch and a dinner, perhaps a lunch, and that was your career. Not anymore. Nobody's loyal to companies, and companies are not loyal to you. So we're using rules that were at one time, 50 years ago, radically wonderful, beautiful rules, but now, in a different century, 50 years later, these rules are broken, and they hurt. They hurt way more than they help. The rules back then never anticipated people, young people from China and India coming here. The rules back then didn't even anticipate an internet. There was no internet in 1965. These are my parting words. There was no internet in 1965. And we're using rules from 1965. Thank you. If you have questions, send us an email. We answer email really quickly. Your best bet is email. If you want, give us a call, and we'll be in touch, and we'll help you solve your problems.